Good afternoon, Tatiana. And hello, Stefan and Ken. Greetings from Accra. Let me first thank the mission chief, Stefan, and the executive board of the IMF for yesterday's approval of the government of Ghana's program request for financial support from the IMF, which will serve as a basis for further engagement between Ghana and our development partners. For those of you who have been following Ghana closely, you will all have lived through this journey with us. Very difficult and challenging times, especially in 2022, which eroded the hard-earned stability. I want to, however, focus my brief remarks on three issues this afternoon. First, from the perspective of the central bank, and for that matter, the government of Ghana. The approved IMF support program should not be seen as about the money alone. That is the budget support that comes with the approval. While that helps with the current reserves profile for the central bank, what matters most is the fact that the program sets out a set of policy and structural reforms that should help Ghana to reset our economic policy fundamentals, which was dislodged by the crisis over the last year or so. These deep-seated reforms should re-anchor policy and embed irreversibility in our policy outcomes and ensure that buffers are rebuilt to make our economy more resilient. The second point follows from the first, that this is now the time to begin the work. The program approval is just the beginning of the real work of building Ghana better. And thirdly, the executive board's approval of the support program yesterday, especially if you look at the time frame within which Ghana secured this approval, is an indication of the strong government's political will and commitment to the reform agenda, the painful sacrifice of Ghanaians, especially through some of the measures such as the domestic debt exchange, which has also helped us reach these conclusions very quickly. So we have reached a point where our key stakeholders should come through very quickly with their support to give meaning to the catalytic role of the fund and help build Ghana better. We see here a clear demonstration of burden sharing, including macro and structural reforms and the domestic debt restructuring. We're looking forward to and continuing to count on an expedited process to conclude the remaining negotiations on external debt restructuring to ensure that Ghana quickly gets the full benefits and complements of these reforms to underpin the policy resetting agenda. On this note, let me once again add my voice to the Minister of Finance to take the opportunity to thank the IMF staff and the Executive Board for working with us through these difficult and challenging times to secure this very important and critical milestone of a fund-supported program. Let me also thank our key stakeholders, bondholders, and bilateral creditors for their demonstrated commitment to support Ghana. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Governor.